shield as well? I don't think, no, shields are still on the way, but does not matter. He's just got a massive army right here, gonna abuse that stim pack to deal with these Zealots, and here comes the Templar, the pinnacle of the Protoss army, and they are gonna land one nice Psy Storm, but looks like Masq is gonna get out of harm's way. And he really does need to get some dropships out right now, and that is exactly what he's doing. Getting a factory, gonna swap it with the starport, obviously, so he can dual pump out medvacs to heal his infantry, which is in a critical situation right now. They need to go to the IR or the ER and get some healage on those infantrymen. But meanwhile, WhiteRa gonna be holding on to this watchtower right above the natural, gonna continue to deal damage. And so far, WhiteRa has been relentless, also grabbing a third expansion as well, still playing catch up in economy, but he has been the aggressor all game long. Meanwhile, coming out with more Blink Stalkers over here to the third natural, or should I call it the third expansion, gonna obviously destroy this command center, and actually he's gonna start to work on these SCVs. Meanwhile, the Marauders and Marines coming up to this high ground, but the Stalkers blinking out of harm's way. And WhiteRa here is just doing work on Masq. Masq is just rumbling around, just tumbling and fumbling his units all around the map, trying to intercept all of these Stalkers. But you guys can see that the mobility that these Protoss units have is really a huge help to this aggressive play by WhiteRa. Gonna get a Psy Storm off on that natural expansion as well as battle down this bunker, and he's got quite a few Zealots. Gonna continue to carpet storm the Marauders, and Masq here is in a lot of trouble. We actually have some mules coming down to help recover that economy, but so many SCVs have been taken out, and WhiteRa with that strike force doing a lot of damage. It matters not that he lost all of his Zealots, because his Templars have remained alive and they have done so much damage. Look at these Templars and their kill count, and they're actually morphing into Archons now. So we're about to see some Archon action, but I'd like to take a look at that unit's loss tab. You guys can see that all that Stalker harass and all that Psy Storm damage has taken its toll. About double the unit's loss and double the resources for Masq. Not in a good position right now, as WhiteRa is starting to, he's actually evened out that Harvester count, and he's starting to saturate that third base as well. So really, a Protoss favored map here on Kulas Ravine. Wow, look at this, zero clutter style, money, money, money. 8 gateways in a nice little grid area right there. The Templar Archives has researched that crucial Kaidaran amulet upgrade. We also have robotics facility coming in, as WhiteRa is going to come in to this second expansion with those 3 massive balls of fury. Gonna start ravaging these SCVs. They are not getting out of there, and all of them are going to get taken out, as WhiteRa has got to be careful. Don't lose your Templars, WhiteRa. They are so close to dying. You can really stop off this Marine advance with your Templars, and he's gonna kill off the command center as well. 50 HP, 20 HP, down goes the command center, and the Archons starting to engage this infantry. They do a lot more bonus damage towards biological and feedback on the dropship as well, I believe, as the Storms are gonna finish off these Marauders. WhiteRa here making a great play against Masq. It's definitely gonna take something for Masq to get back in this game, and it's not gonna be something like cheese or anything easy like that. It's gonna take hard work, dedication, turmoil, and blood and sweat to get back in this battle, as WhiteRa has been just owning him all game long. Gonna lose this Archon, but it matters not. He has done so much damage. Meanwhile, it looks like Masq here going for someone that seems like to be a counterattack. Not sure what his dropships are doing. I guess they dropped off some Marauders. Oh, he's actually killed off the gold expansion. Oh man, I did not see that. But he did kill off that gold expansion with his dropships, it seems like, and the dropships have been taken out, as well as the Marauders. So WhiteRa actually losing his gold has been that's actually a huge setback. So in the midst of all the chaos, Masq was able to land a dropship right here at the 9 o'clock and basically halt all mining, as well as kill off that Nexus. Very big pickup for Masq, as he's gonna fall back. Don't lose your Marauders, Masq. Very close right there, as WhiteRa is closing in, but he might get flanked by this auxiliary force to the side. And yeah, his Stalkers and Zealots are going to be taken out by Masq. Masq here making a comeback out of nowhere, and he's got to be careful about that Psy Storm, but continuing to liberally use that stim pack. Illegal drugs, who said they're bad for you, as Masq is going to push in. And notice how WhiteRa's got these proxy pylons all over the map, can warp in those Templars who do have full energy upon the warp in, and they are going to continue to storm away this biological army. So Masq is going to obviously bring in some dropships to help heal that, and here comes another storm, crucially executing so many of those units on the ground. And WhiteRa here is just playing great even though he lost this Nexus, but I still feel like he's still got this advantage in the game. Obviously forcing Masq, I mean, they both took a base off of each other, but I still think WhiteRa's got the advantage on the ground. He actually doesn't have as much army as Masq does, so I don't know. He does have those Templars, though. That's really the equaling factor. So we'll see how this game plays out, but it looks like WhiteRa is gonna grab another expansion, so this game is really starting to get out of control. 4 bases for the Protoss, trying to get that third base up for Masq. He's actually not mining out of his main anymore at all whatsoever, and it looks like WhiteRa is gonna flank around the backside of this natural and try to do some more damage, as Masq here is gonna have to make something happen. He's gonna fall back to deal with these Archons and Zealots, and thankfully for him, he does have a lot of infantry on the ground to repel this Protoss attack, and the Storm is just obliterating these Terran forces, really making great use of the Storm for WhiteRa right here. I'm interested to see the upgrades. No upgrades for the Protoss ground. Meanwhile, 1-1 for the infantry, so that is actually a huge deal, as I'm surprised that he has not gotten a forge upgrade yet, but it looks like a counterattack gonna come in here for Masq to take out possibly this cannon, and gotta dodge the storms. Nice dodge right there while using the mobility of the stim pack. He should snipe out this Nexus though, and it would be such a huge pickup if he could do that and bring the Protoss from 4 base to 3 base, but it's going to be a tall order with all of these Templars. A lot of them still have energy. The shields of the Nexus are down. WhiteRa's gotta make something happen, but the Archon's getting slowed by the Marauders, and Masq here just has a massive ball of Marauders, but 2 more storms going down, and the dropships desperately trying to heal these Marauders from the red. They are really just bleeding as they walk, as you guys see on the ground right there. Masq here gotta snipe out another photon cannon, but WhiteRa continuing to warp in these Templars from those pylons to storm away the Marauder army. Great play, but meanwhile a counterattack coming in here for Masq right at the natural, as WhiteRa was occupied up to the north. So simultaneous battles going on here as Masq snipes out another Nexus of WhiteRa. Great play by Masq right here. WhiteRa barely hanging on to this front door of this 4th base, and it looks like he might not be able to. It's gonna be so close, as this marauding Marauder army is gonna go straight for the gold for the 2nd time today. WhiteRa gonna lose the Nexus at his gold. He is down to 2 bases, only 1 potentially to be mined for WhiteRa. His income tab really suffering right now. 160 minerals, 128 gas per minute. Only got 2 Archons and 4 Zealots on the field, with the Medvacs trailing from behind. And oh my goodness, the Marauder army is still walking around WhiteRa's base. This could be devastating to WhiteRa if he does not warp in more units to deal with this, but he just doesn't have the gas. And he's been warping in these Templars all day long. How can he have the gas to afford to bring in any more units? And if he loses his production facilities here, that is gotta be GG for WhiteRa. Masq pulling out a win out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere. He is about to take out WhiteRa. I believe. I mean, I just don't see how WhiteRa can come back only on 1 base. Well, actually, the Templars coming in here, and that didn't look like they stormed, but there's no SCVs here to mine anyways. I mean, really, Masq is on 1 base as well. Just this base right here, really oversaturated. More storms going down, and the storms actually missing their targets, as WhiteRa trying to make something happen, but his gateways, his warp gates, are getting taken out by Masq. And oh my goodness, I don't see how this game is gonna end well for WhiteRa. He needs to warp in some units right here. Warping in some Templars, a couple more would do it. He just needs a little more gas, but he has lost 5 gateways. The sixth gateway going down right there, and there goes the 7th and possibly the 8th. That has got to be it for WhiteRa. I just don't know how you come back from losing all your gateways. And WhiteRa, obviously, you're going to warp in some more right here, but that is going to be a long time before he's going to be able to get any more forces. And meanwhile, Masq going to go in here for the nail on the coffin. WhiteRa only has probes to fight right now and a couple of Templars. 1 crucial storm going down, taking out a lot of the Marauders, but they don't care. They're going straight for that Nexus, and the Nexus gets taken out. Masq here forcing the GG from WhiteRa. Masq here playing incredibly. Oh my goodness, what a great game to watch and enjoy. I can't believe that Masq pulled that out from under the bag. I mean, actually, WhiteRa stopped all mining right here as the SCVs are like, no, I'll be right behind you, buddy. And so, great game by both players. I'm surprised Masq took a game off WhiteRa in a macro-oriented battle, so GG. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that broadcast. And of course, stay tuned for more games to come. YouTube.com//HD Starcraft. Make sure to subscribe if you guys like what you see, and stay tuned for more shoutcasts and tutorials. Thanks a lot, guys. HD signing out.